So the Devil May Cry franchise just dropped a new trailer for the Netflix anime coming out, and it's dropping on April 3rd, and our favorite pizza-loving gunslinging devil hunter is back, and probably better than ever before. There's a brand new villain on the rise, and everybody's wondering just who this mysterious maniac rabbit might be. I'm Rez, and today I'm going to give you the inside scoop on just who this maniac rabbit is. So if you want to know who this chaotic antagonist of the trailers might be, then you've come to the right place. His name is Rabbi, and he actually originates from the Devil May Cry manga called Devil May Cry Code 1 Dante. There's also a Code 2 called Devil May Cry Code 2 Vergil. There was supposed to be a Code 3 Lady, but that one was cancelled. This manga has a really trippy art style, and it's like if you had an anime nightmare put on paper, but it's really befitting for the way it is. For example about the trippiness is that most scenes that you see with Arkham and Vergil are going to be predominantly black, whereas when you see Dante or Lady or anybody from the human world, it's predominantly white in the panels. It's very influenced by the Alice in Wonderland story, so you'll see a lot of references in there. As an OG Devil May Cry fan, I've been playing since Devil May Cry 1, and look, I know I'm on that Dante Unk status right now, but all you little Neros out there, you new generation of devil hunters.
Hey, wait!
You could really respect the way that this is going. I'm telling you, they're grabbing from the best parts of every story, every game, every show that they've had, every good aspect of all of those they seem to be pulling and putting into this anime here. So this is going to be big and good. So the manga is set right before the events of Devil May Cry 3.
I can already tell. Looks like this is gonna be one hell of a party!
And it begins with Dante getting a strange visitor in his Devil May Cry office that doesn't even have a name yet. And if you've played the Devil May Cry games, then you're no stranger to weird or mysterious people coming into Dante's office, and they're always either trying to talk him into taking some kind of job, or they're just flat out trying to kill him. I mean, from flipping his table, ruining his whole place, sending demons in there, to just throwing motorcycles at the guy. The dude cannot catch a break. So a talking white rabbit appears in the Devil May Cry office, and he's dressed in an old Victorian-era butler suit with a job for Dante that pays $4 million. So with this job that Dante is being paid $4 million for, he's supposed to save a girl named Alice from the clutches of a demon. Little does he know that the White Rabbit is actually setting Dante up. He actually just wants to see the Sons of Sparda, both Dante and Vergil, in the same room at once. And Dante doesn't even know this yet, but Rabbi is actually the first person to tell Dante that his twin brother Vergil is still alive. The demon that's possessed Alice is actually Rabbi, who's taken over her stuffed animal doll. Alice is so infatuated with Rabbi that she even refuses to leave with Dante, and she says that Rabbi is her friend, which really goes to show the level of manipulation and trickery that the rabbit has over Alice, which is pretty messed up. The White Rabbit offered Alice anything she would desire in her dreams, and this is where it gets a little weird because Alice's wish was to be a full-grown woman.
Oh no!
Yeah, a little weird. But Alice doesn't know that even though he's granted her wish, the White Rabbit is actually corrupting her and slowly draining her life force and possessing her within her dreams. And Rabbi's a really complex character because even though he's doing all this tormenting stuff to Alice, he constantly states how he feels sorry for her, so he's basically messed up in the head as well. No surprise. He's a rabbit. He's a demon rabbit. That's not surprising at all. Rabbi has even helped Dante out of a few sticky situations that even saved his life, but of course, as we know now, this is just to further the plot and plan that he has that involves the Sons of Sparda. After Alice refuses to go back with Dante, the White Rabbit actually still pays Dante for the job, so little do we know the White Rabbit is probably the sole investor of the Devil May Cry office. Who would have thought? Now, when Vergil is called upon by Rabbi, this is where it gets pretty cool, pretty badass as well. So Rabbi calls upon Vergil to basically tempt him into giving him his amulet because he tried to offer to pay Dante for his half of the amulet that was left down from his mother, to the Sons of Sparda. Dante, of course, refused to be paid for the amulet and kept his amulet, sent the rabbit on his way. But now Vergil, see, this is where Rabbi messed up. Rabbi starts to compare Vergil to Dante and even, tries to sway him for his amulet. But this is what Vergil does. Vergil sends him a couple judgment cuts his way and slices Rabbi up, completely slices him asunder. But it actually wasn't Rabbi. Rabbi actually sent a proxy of himself to talk to Vergil because he knew things were going to get pretty dicey, literally. And he actually possessed a stuffed animal rabbit to send as himself to talk to Vergil because he knew Vergil wasn't trying to, he knew Vergil wasn't playing no games and wasn't trying to have no conversations. Vergil just immediately slices him asunder. and that's that. Now it's unknown just how powerful this White Rabbit is, but we know that he's extremely fast because when Dante first meets him, Dante even says himself, wow, you're a really fast little trickster, you know? We know because of Alice, obviously, that he can manipulate minds as well, but we also know that he can levitate and has a little bit of telekinesis because he can throw objects and people, which he's done to Dante. But he also has a healing factor because we know he's been shot up by Dante's ebony and ivory, but he healed within seconds. In this photo right here, we actually see Rabbi wielding the Force Edge, which is Sparda's legendary sword that becomes the Sparda sword. This makes you wonder if he's about to do the whole classic, I'm gonna combine the ambulance and use the sword to bring the demon world and the human world together to, you know, pretty much just shake everything up, just like Devil May Cry 3, what Vergil tried to do there. We don't know yet, there could be a lot more to the plot, and even if that's what they're going with, you know, the classic demon world, human world thing, I am not bothered by that whatsoever. I can't wait to see it in this whole art style. Everyone looks really flashy, really stylish, smoking sexy stylish, of course. Everybody looks great, the art style looks great, the animation looks really smooth. I know people have their criticisms with this, but this looks amazing. I really can't wait to see. There's a lot of hype around the show, and I'm really stoked to see what it's gonna be like. You know, I feel like this is a good revamping of Dante and the Devil May Cry franchise. It really changed the game, literally, of the whole entire hack and slash genre. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe because I have a ton more Devil May Cry content coming your way. I'm gonna be taking a deep dive into the manga, the cool Darkslayer Vergil, the origins of Dante and his weapons. We're gonna be discussing and breaking down the games and the mangas and all the stories and anything that we have in the world, and we're also going to be exploring the lore of Sparda himself. Who he was, what did he do, where did he go, did he die, did he just disappear, what's the deal? So stay tuned for a lot more content to come for Devil May Cry. I'm Rez, and until next time, let's rock, baby!